GETTYME MEPs had hoped to quiz Mr Juncker tomorrow about Mr Selmayr's appointment, and an amendment expressing concern at a possible breach of rules was also defeated as mainstream parties joined forces to vote it down. The European Commission had been pressed for answers by MEPs furious at the circumstances in which Mr Juncker's right-hand man, Mr Selmayr, landed the job of the Commission's top civil servant. Mr Juncker confirmed Mr Selmayr in his new role on February the 21st, and has steadfastly backed him ever since, even threatening to resign if the German lawyer is forced out. The European Parliament's Budgetary Control Committee, or CONT, met today to agree the implementation of the budget drafted in 2016. GETTYThe decision angered Green MEP Sven Giegold. Prior to this, 6 political coordinators, one for each European Parliamentary party group, sat in the European Parliament, discussed tomorrow's hearing, at which Gunther Oettinger, the European Commissioner for Budget and Human Resources, will be grilled by MEPs on the subject of Mr Selmayr. The amendment, tabled by the Greens EFA group, stated, "The Parliament is concerned by the lack of transparency and a possible breach of Union's rules on recruitment by recent appointment of the Commission's President's head of office as the new Secretary-General of the Commission." It also called on Mr Juncker to come before tomorrow's CONT committee hearing to explain Mr Selmayr's appointment. However, the proposal was defeated by a single vote, with the centre-right European People's Party (EPP), of which Mr Juncker is a member, and the Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe group, all both voting against, and the Socialists and Democrats' Parliament's Brexit coordinator Guy Verhofstadt said the appointment was bad for Europe. In addition, the Greens proposed another amendment to postpone agreement of the budget until the decision had been thoroughly scrutinised, which was also voted down. Greens EFA MEP Bart Staes, who sits on the CONT committee, said, "It beggars belief that the Conservatives, Liberals and Socialists could not bring themselves to criticise the European Commission's handling of Martin Selmayr's appointment. Tomorrow's hearing should have been an opportunity to strongly challenge the Commission, but the EPP and others blocked our demand to invite President Juncker and Selmayr to face questions and have a real debate, with serious concerns about cronyism. Now is not the time for the Grand Coalition to be going soft on the Commission." Another strong display of two-faced politics by the large groups in the Europarl.en. During the debate they condemned the rise to power by https://t.co/8nicodn. Bart Staes, at Bart Staes, March 26, 2018. Fellow Greens EFA MEP Sven Giegold added, "It is time for Juncker to proactively clear the doubts up on Selmayr's appointment. The EU Commission puts up a poor show in the Selmayr case. It must increase its efforts towards transparency and integrity. We need more open procedures for appointing top staff. Issuing defensive statements in the middle of the night is not going to restore confidence. The Commission needs to learn that transparency and democratic scrutiny are in their best interests. We are now 4 weeks into a scandal that could have been avoided if the Commission was willing to present its candidate for a top job for proper scrutiny." As Secretary-General, Mr Selmayr leads the EU civil service of 33,000 staff, with officials responsible for Brexit contingency planning reporting to him. The appointment has raised eyebrows across Europe, with the governments of Hungary and the Netherlands among those voicing their concern. MEPs said the hiring process for his job left the EU a laughingstock that would prove more damaging than the existence of Eurosceptic parties. European Parliament Brexit coordinator Guy Verhofstadt insists the way the European Commission has handled the appointment of Martin Selmayr is bad for Europe. The European Commission has insisted no rules were broken in hiring Mr Selmayr.